Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. Instead, go to Verizon and trade in any phone in any condition from one of their top brands for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI, and a watch and tab on any plan. Only on Verizon.
With new line on my plan. Service plan required for watch and tab. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
This is the Berman Project. Hey, it's JD here, back for another week of introspection and reflection on grief, loss, and the pathway to mental wellness, all while lubricating my soul with the music and art of late indie rock singer-songwriter David Berman. How you all doing? I'm doing okay. It's been a while. I recorded a few episodes, to assuage you while I was gone on my sojourn into the UK. But now I'm back, and I'm in Canada again, and it's good to be home. It was great to be greeted by my two daughters and my beautiful wife, and just to be here on this fertile ground that is Canada. So there's that. All of that said, I had a fantastic time in the UK, and you'll hear more about that on the Meeting Malcolmus podcast as I go into great detail with several of my cohorts that participated with me in the Pavement UK tour and took it all in. It was phenomenal. It's a place that I could thrive. It's a place that I could survive. And it's a place I felt so alive. So there's that. I hope you're well. I hope everything is going reasonably okay for you. There's a lot of chaos in the world. There is still the long tail of this pandemic swinging mercilessly and taking people down. Tim from Portland's wife was recently stricken with COVID. My very own daughter was recently stricken with COVID. And it still remains very real and very ugly. And I hope it's gone soon. If I'm talking between friends, which of course I am. We're all friends here, right? Yeah, of course we are. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto, and I went and visited my friend Matthew, who is, I want to say, suffering through ALS, but this is a man who is inspirational. He is aspirational, in fact. There's nary a complaint coming through his voice about the ailment that he is working his way through as his muscles betray him and leave him without the ability to use them. But he remains so positive that he is just a fountain to be around. You know? Just a fountain. I want to bathe in him. And yet I can't because I'm more of a whiner. I'm somebody who complains and hides behind my sickness. And it's terrible. In fact, walking home from his house today, I, to use the parlance of the UK, nipped into a pub for a few pints. Not pints that I needed, pints that I wanted. Not pints that I wanted, but that I needed. So there's that. Today we are talking about a song called You Can't Trust It to Remain, which reminds me of Broken Social Scene. It reminds me of a Broken Social Scene title. Not necessarily a song, but a title. And I'm all for that because I like Broken Social Scene, but I don't know where to begin. If you know where I should begin, send me an email, jd@meetingmalcolmist.com. I would love to hear from you. And in fact, I want to thank those of you who have reached out to me over the last couple of episodes and coached me through a few things. Social drinking being one of them. You know who you are. I thank you. And it means the world to me that you would take a minute or two to type an email in my direction. So let's give this song a listen. This is You Can't Trust It to Remain on the Berman Project. Well, that didn't even give me enough chance to take a sip of this lovely Origin of Darkness beer from Collective Arts that I'm drinking. It's an extra strong, let me read you what it is. It's really good, but it's weird. It's called Origin of Darkness, and it's a wheated bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout with dulce de leche. It's 11.5%, so it has went right to my head after having a couple pints at the local pub. Boy, oh boy, I am knocked on my ass. It's the equivalent of drinking a beer and taking a shot, I would say, at the same time. And it's really delicious with that dulce de leche. But let's get to the song. That's like barely a minute. I think it's like 48 seconds long, and it doesn't really take you anywhere. It's like, have you ever... Okay, I will tell you this. Once I was flying to Halifax, Nova Scotia from Toronto, and we were approaching the runway to land, and we were approaching the runway, and all of the sudden, at the last second, we pulled up. Like, I'm talking the last fucking second, we pulled up. And there was G's. I felt G's. I felt a little bit like Tom Cruise. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, hey, I'm Tom Cruise. I'm going to jump on a couch and tell you how much I love my wife. And, there was G-force going through my body, and it felt good. It felt fucking good. But I was scared. I thought I was going to die. I was scared that I thought I was going to die. And then for a moment, I was like, okay, I guess this is it. And I came to an acceptance that I was going to die. And it was disappointing because I knew I was supposed to go for a lobster dinner. And I was like, fuck, that lobster dinner would have been fucking tremendous. But alas, I did not get to eat that lobster dinner. But instead, what happened was we did a big U-turn in the sky, and the pilot comes on and he's like, "There's a truck on the runway and it won't move." And we've been told to pull up because it's in enemy territory, as it were. And so we pulled up really quickly, and we didn't get the satisfaction of either experiencing that moment of euphoria or dying. And I feel like that song is sort of like that. You know, we don't really get either or. It's just sort of there, you know? It's just sort of that big jerk off right before you're about to land, but you don't get to come. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. Is that too much information? Maybe it is. I don't know. Let's read a poem. This is called Cassette Country. This is meant to be in praise of the interval called hangover. A sadness not coterminous with hopelessness, and the North American doubling cascade that keep going. This diamond lake is a photo lab. And if predicates really do propel the plot, then you might see Jerusalem in a soap bubble, or the appliances failures on Olive Street across these great instances, because the complex Italians versus the basic Italians, because what does a mirror look like when it's not working, but birds singing a full tone higher in the sunshine? I'm going to call them honest eyes until I know if they are, in the interval called Slam Clicker, Realm of Pacific, because the second language wouldn't let me learn it, because I have heard of you for a long time occasionally, because diet cards may be the recovery evergreen, and there is a new benzodiazepine called distance. Anti-showmanship, anti-showmanship, anti-showmanship. I suppose a broken window is not symbolic, unless symbolic means broken, which I think it sort of does. And when the phone jangles, what's more radical, the snow or the tires? And what does the Bible say about the metal fatigue? And why do mothers carry big, scratched up sunglasses in their purses? Hello to the era of going to the store to buy more ice, because we are running out. Hello to feelings that arrive unintroduced. Hello to the non-functional sprig of parsley and the game of finding meaning in its coincidence. Because there is second mind in the margins of the used book, because Judas Priest, sourced Firestone Library, sang a song called Stained Class, because this world is 66% then and 33% now. And if you wake up thinking, feeling is a skill now, or even this glass of water seems complicated now, and a phrase from a men's magazine, like a single distinct cognac, rings and rings in your neck, then let the consequent misunderstandings, let the charger love the changed, wobble on the heartbreakingly new legs, into the street legal nonfiction, into this good world, this warm place that I love with all my heart. Anti-showmanship, anti-showmanship, anti-showmanship. That was Cassette County by David Berman by way of Actual Air, a book that you can order from dragcity.com. What did you think? There's a lot going on there. A lot that I can't really get my feeble claws into. There is some structure in the anti-showmanship, like bridges, I suppose. And the one before the one that becomes before that. But I don't know. There's tons of alliteration. Not alliteration, sorry. What do you call it when something creates an image for you? Imagery, I suppose. Imagery, JD. Jesus Christ. It's fucking imagery. Yeah. Imagery. There's beautiful turns of phrase. But it's not my favorite. It's not one that I would go back to per se if I were trying to woo a girl or woo a potential mate. You know? And I think just like a record, I think a book of poetry, there is material that is not as strong as other material. We've heard some really strong material at this point. And this might be something that you fucking love. And if you do, absolutely come at me. JD@MediumAlchemist.com and tell me that I'm a fucking idiot. I'm okay with that because do you know what? I got a secret for you. I'm a fucking idiot. So there's that. But that's what I got for you this week. It's a shorty. It's a sweetie. I got jet lag. I'm saying a lot. This Imperial beer is going to my head. I don't want to say anything that I'm going to regret. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to tell you that you should probably go ahead and wash your goddamn hands. Be good, everybody. I love you. The Berman Project is a production of Duvra Podcasts and Such. You can find out more about the show at www.thebermanproject.xyz. That's right. I'm fucking Canadian. I'm also social. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest at Berman Project. Duvra Podcasts and Such.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. Instead, go to Verizon and trade in any phone in any condition from one of their top brands for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI and a watch and tab on any plan. Only on Verizon.
With new line on my plan. Service plan required for watch and tab. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.